were ready to die. Everybody was old, had bad problems with heart.
Sweetheart, I'm going to take this out.
You can imagine. So they gave it. So immediately when it came out, they gave
middle of the night. It fell over.
Governor Whitmer says she has been contacted by the campaign of Joe Biden to assess her candidacy as his running mate. Asked whether she'd been vetted by the campaign, Whitmer said she had an opening conversation, but was focused on the job at hand, so she dismissed that. General Motors top executive
doesn't sound as clear as
today.
he did yesterday.
CEO Mary Barra and Gerald Johnson will go to the Lansing Delta Township plant.
You don't think it does?
Leaders, including the GM president Mark Royce, will visit dozens of U.S. facilities in the coming days. President Trump, of course,
Mayor Maureen Donker.
Right, Mayor Maureen Donker.
The judges on the Macomb County Circuit Court will hold a video conference today to discuss the current situation in the prosecutor's office. They may choose a new prosecutor. The former prosecutor, Eric Smith, resigned after being charged with misuse of thousands of dollars in forfeiture funds. All registered voters in Michigan will get an application to vote by mail in both the August primary election and November general election. Michigan Secretary of State Katherine Benson says the state will send them out. There are 7.7 million registered voters in Michigan. About 1.8 million are on the absent vote list. The former Secretary of State Ruth Johnson is blaming the decision on voter fraud because the ballots could easily end up in somebody else's hands. COVID-19
we're live now.
Out of April home sales in Southeast Michigan, with sales dropping nearly 50%. The outlook for the future, of course, is much more optimistic. Horse racing Triple Crown will be different this year from wire to wire.
The Belmont Stake will run before the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness for the first time and take place at a shorter distance. It will lead off the Triple Crown on June 20th in New York with no fans in attendance and at a distance of 1 1/8 miles instead of the 1.5 mile test of champions. The 3 Triple Crown races will be run out of their traditional order for the first time since 1931. The Kentucky Derby was moved from May 2nd to September 5th, and the Preakness from May 16th to October 3rd. I'm Bill Michaels.
WJR News Time 5:36.
The 2020 Paul W. Smith Pure Michigan Tour, a virtual exploration of Detroit and Southeast Michigan, 5:30 to 9 a.m. Friday on WJR. Sponsored by Huntington Bank and Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Coming in and out to anyone else?
As COVID-19 continues to disrupt our daily lives and the economy, do you feel confident in your financial
plan? Mine is going in and out, in and out.
I hear more of
guidance
like a whoosh.
Trusted source. Plant Moran
hear the whoosh?
keeps you informed with timely and focused commentary to help you manage your investment decisions. Advisors work with clients to create customized long-term strategies and portfolios. Their analysis of key factors that impact the economy and capital markets serve as guideposts to help you navigate uncertainty and find peace of mind. The Plant Moran Wealth Management Team is monitoring the latest COVID developments and market conditions to provide up-to-date insights to help keep you on a steady path toward your desired financial future. Don't miss out on information that could help you. Visit plantmoran.com/COVID-19wealth. That's plantmoran.com/COVID-19wealth.
This is Jeff Morton, Center Director of Pain Free Life Centers in Troy. Over the past few weeks, one thing has become crystal clear. People are in pain. They need relief to live a better quality of life. At Pain Free Life Centers, we're announcing the Golden Rule Plan. This program begins with an extensive complimentary consultation, complete with your first initial free treatment. Our high-intensity, high-dose, FDA-approved lasers are supervised by the most experienced, certified, and trained technicians in the state of Michigan. Because so many people are under financial stress at this time, we are making an offer never before available to Pain Free Life Centers patients. For a very limited time, we are offering discounts up to 50% off their treatment plans. At Pain Free Life Centers, we are here for you. Now, you truly have nothing to lose but your pain. Start living a better quality of life today. Call 248-879-1100 or go to painfreelifecenters.com.
Yes.
Hang on.
I'll
try in a minute.
Now, all nobody was fed.
Now that was bouncing back.
This is Paul W. Smith's 2020 Virtual Pure Michigan Tour, presented by Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org. WJR's transportation sponsor is Dean Trailways of Michigan, online at deantrailways.com. Paul's Pure Michigan Tour broadcasts are also sponsored by Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry, family owned and operated for over 70 years, and by Northwoods Wholesale Outlet in Pinconning. Today, we'll virtually explore the Great Lakes Bay region. This morning's broadcast is sponsored by Go Great Lakes Bay. For more information, visit gogreat.com. Now, here's Paul W. Smith.
Good Wednesday morning to you. It is the 20th of May, the 141st day of 2020, with 225 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And the team is here on a very tough day for our friends in Midland. Yesterday, we were talking about, in fact, we were telling people that they were supposed to leave their homes due to imminent flood damage, dam failure, 2 different dams. But along the way, we spoke to Mayor Maureen Donker, the mayor of Midland, and she thought, and virtually everyone else thought that we spoke to in the Midland area, that things were going to be okay. The dams were going to hold. Well, that was not the case. Yesterday, they got another urgent plea to leave their homes because of imminent dam failure, and the dam did fail, at least one. We've had problems all over that part of the great state of Michigan. We'll be checking in with people there, maybe get the mayor again and other people who live in Midland and check with them to see how they were doing. But at one point late last night, the governor was saying downtown Midland could be under 9 feet of water. That's a lot of water, obviously, and we hope that's not the case, but we'll find out. We've got the team here, Dick Hafner, typing away, getting his newscast ready. We've got Dana Clark standing by, traffic, weather, and a couple of nice things for you to be able to do a little later. Whether
it's hump day.
Used to see. Oh, I forgot. That's right. It is hump day. Dana will never let us
forget.
And then, of course, our executive producer, Ann Thomas. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning, Dub. Happy midweek. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you as well. You have a new location in the house.
I've moved to the den because they wanted me to get closer to the router. So I've moved
I heard that
to the router.
conversation. Yes, indeed. I have the router directly behind me, so I'm probably getting like an X-ray every morning.
Right.
I'm sure it won't hurt me much. But anyway, Midland went, it was back and forth yesterday. Everyone thought they were okay, and then really all hell broke out yesterday, and then into the evening hours.
Incredible. Wow. All that water. It's amazing to look at the pictures.
Yeah, it's not pretty by any stretch, and we hope people are okay, and we'll get information to them as we get it in this emergency situation. We talked yesterday about the schools that were set up, and there's no doubt that those places for people to escape to have been very, very busy. And I think they've, from what I have seen, they've opened up a few more schools. The Gladwin County Weather Service issuing a flash flood warning for the Cedar River below the Chapel Dam, and other parts of the state saw isolated flooding following the heavy rains in recent days. And so this weather system was moving into Indiana, Ohio, parts of Illinois, and the Tennessee Valley. It is 5:42 at WJR.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
And we've got it at 5:43, our WJR traffic and weather. First, Miss Dana Clark.
We are starting off accident-free on this hump day. No delays either. Watching Hines Drive still closed in several spots because of flooding. West Outer Drive and Ann Arbor Trail shut down there. Also, eastbound and westbound Hines Drive closed between Stark Road and Newburgh. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Cremation Society of Michigan. For over 32 years, the Cremation Society of Michigan has been providing dignified cremation services without the cost of traditional funerals. For cremation information, contact the Cremation Society of Michigan at 1-800-241-3131 or visit cremationmichigan.com.
Clouds in and maybe some peaks of sunshine as we head on through today. 64, lakeshore flood warning until 8 tonight. Some cloud tonight, but we do start to clear near 50. Tomorrow, sunshine with a few clouds and a high near 69. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicon, News Talk 760 WJR.
All right, Ray, thank you very much. 5:44, and just quick listing for folks at the shelters at Midland High School on East Lawn, Meridian Junior High School, North Meridian Road, Bullet Creek High School, West Midland Family Center. These are areas where people can shelter. They should leave their homes and shelter, but I have a feeling all of that has already taken place. A reminder that we are coming to you via 760 on the AM dial, WJR, as well as we're streaming the video. So you can watch us and listen to us right up until about 6:15. Then we hope that you'll obviously switch over to the radio full time if that's not where you are now. But WJR.com/Pure Michigan Tour, Facebook.com/WJR Radio, YouTube, search WJR 760 AM. And at 5:45, the gentleman who's with us from noon till 3 is with us first thing in the morning, Rush Limbaugh.
Liberals in a dozen states trying to push through a regional agreement called the Transportation and Climate Initiative. It's aimed at reducing vehicle pollution, and one of the components is a big carbon tax. It's basically the same kind of economic punishment that Obama wanted to inflict on Americans via the Paris Accords. Fuel companies would be forced to buy pollution allowances. States would supposedly invest that money in electric buses, car charging stations, and bike lanes, which would then supposedly reduce emissions by 25% by 2032. The usual leftist claptrap. Now, you would expect this kind of environmentalist wackoism to be greeted with open arms in the liberal Northeast, but you would be wrong. Many Northeast governors are not buying in. They're worried that this plan would increase gasoline prices, hurting businesses and consumers. Hardest hit would be those at the lower end of the economic ladder who have long commutes, not to mention the millions of residents in northeastern states who heat their homes with oil. With a big carbon tax, they'll get hammered with high energy bills in the winter. So apparently, these governors are beginning to realize it's very easy for elitist, radical environmentalist wackos to come up with job-killing, economy-wrecking climate plans, but ultimately it won't be these elitist liberal wackos who will be paying the biggest price.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR.
With all that's going on,
morning, Carolyn and Clay, and
with exercise, even if
everybody
we're staying safe, we need to.
So, if we have any Facebook watchers / listeners this morning that live in Midland, let us know.
Have a way to help.
Somebody just
CBD
wrote in
a line of
amount of water,
including sports
So
cream.
if that person's from that area,
start with a penetrating.
send us another note and tell us where you are. We want to give you a call.
And add enough CBD to be really effective. Level Select CBD
so Dana, are you going to wear a different hat every day?
0%.
I must. You don't want to see what's happening under here.
What hat is that?
New York.
Oh, that's cute.
Yesterday was Hamilton, wasn't it?
You'll see more hats than you ever thought.
Right now, and get 50.
I have to raid Trevor's closet for
CBD.
half of them, but then I have a lot of hats.
CBD.com.
Good morning, Karen.
The promo code CBD15 or subscribe.
Try and hear.
If we're all going to be stuck in our house anyway, let's get some of the DIY projects done around the house.
The Inside Outside guys and their many team partners are here for you during these uncertain times when we are all stuck in our homes.
If you need emergency help, or simply some home improvement advice,
Can you imagine
walk
if
directly to the
you're
guy.
living in Midland and you have to
888-654
evacuate and you have to worry about the
24/7 at the
pandemic
Inside
on
Outside
top
Guy.
of where now you got to
The
now
Inside
you got to
Outside
go to a
guys
high
have built
school
a team to be here for
Clay,
you.
I think somebody just said,
24/7.
what a
The
way to
Inside
open the
Outside
town.
guys is
Yeah, I'll
brought to you
say.
in part by Waterworks Plumbing. Plumbing, sewer, or drain problems
Bill
clogging up your
Schutte,
time?
remember
Rely
that
on
building
Waterworks Plumbing's 24-hour service and
toured when
friendly
we were
plumbing
there in
experts
Midland?
to
That
restore your pipes to
beautiful,
perfection.
It was an emergency
apartment
flood in my
complex. I thought he was
basement, and I
buying
needed
in
a
there
new
right
sub pump.
downtown. I don't
Waterworks
know.
was to my house within 2
Downtown
hours
Midland. I
and
have no idea if
completed
he
the
did or
job
not.
that day.
Leaky
But
pipes?
he said it was very bad
Then
there.
you need a trusted
We'll
second
talk to him
opinion.
after 8 o'clock.
Waterworks has more 5-star
Do you think
reviews
he
than any
could
other
live
plumber
in
Metro
that
Detroit.
building?
I
Visit
thought he was looking in
waterworkplumbing.com
that
for
building. I
money-saving
don't remember.
coupons. That's
if he ever did
waterworkplumbing.com.
buy in there.
There's a
Can you
lot
imagine
going
though
on.
that beautiful restaurant?
Restore
There's
Wellness
a
Center knows it's a
hotel is
real
in
tough
downtown
job,
Midland,
especially
really
when you're
nice
trying to
hotel.
manage your nagging pain.
Yeah.
It's
I've
the
been
H
there. Had the
Hotel.
nagging
It's
back
called
and
the
neck
H
pain, and
Hotel.
I've had it
And
relieved
we
at
ate
the
at
Restore
the
Wellness Center too. During the
Danny
stay-at-home
took us
period,
to the
they can
restaurant.
still help you.
What's the
The
name of that
Restore
restaurant,
Wellness
Jeff?
Center can give you a
The
free
element,
assessment
maybe
over the
element
phone,
or
through email,
something,
or on
based
Facebook
on
right
chemical
now. The
equations
need
or
for pain
something.
management is going to be at an
So it's the
all-time
H
high.
Hotel.
The stripes
Chatting
on
them now
my
to reserve your
Lions
appointment is
shirt
going to be
are
crucial.
like
Relieve the pain
vibrating.
without surgery,
No, it's
injections,
not
and
bad.
drugs.
Oh, that's
Not too
great.
bad.
Now,
Oh, that's
and you
great.
can get a free assessment that's going to include your first appointment
Yeah,
free
the H
and a special
Hotel.
relief discount
And
opportunity.
then Element or
Call
something. You remember him, the restaurant in the H Hotel? Was it Element?
800-935-5959. Visit RestoreWellnessCenter.com
You might
or
have
visit
to
them on
mute
Facebook
Dick
today
when
for
he's
your
typing
free assessment.
while we're talking.
Restore Wellness Center. What do you need restored?
The 2020 Paul W. Smith Pure Michigan Tour, a virtual exploration of Detroit and Southeast Michigan, 5:30 to 9 a.m. Friday on WJR. Sponsored by Huntington Bank and Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org. Welcome back to the 17th annual Paul W. Smith Virtual Pure Michigan Tour on WJR. Presented by Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org. WJR's transportation sponsor is Dean Trailways of Michigan. Online at deantrailways.com. Paul's Pure Michigan Tour broadcasts are also sponsored by Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry. Family owned and operated for over 70 years. And by Northwood's Wholesale Outlet in Pinconning. This morning's broadcast is sponsored by Northwood University. For more information, visit northwood.edu. Once again, here's Paul W. Smith.
So Midland is on our minds, in our thoughts and prayers, and when information becomes available, we will bring it to you. This is a couple of days of problems. You know, we had the mayor on, Maureen Dunker from Midland yesterday, and they had in the middle of Tuesday night into, Monday night into Tuesday morning, 12:22 Tuesday morning, the first call to get out, to evacuate, but then people came back home yesterday after that evacuation because they thought everything was okay, including the mayor thought everything was okay. And people living along two lakes and a river in mid-Michigan had to rush out and evacuate again yesterday and last night. And it's really bad there now. As we said earlier, the governor has called for a state of emergency on top of the state of emergency for COVID. It's a mess. And like I say, our thoughts and prayers with those people. And as you said, Ann, now they're worried about their homes and their lives, and they have to rush out, those that have been staying in like they were supposed to. And now they're out and about in the midst of evacuating and the problems. And, you put people in these schools
Right.
for shelter, and they're generally right on top of each other.
Oh,
It's just a mess.
it's horrible.
So, like I say, our thoughts and prayers. Now, National Guard is involved. They brought in their high water vehicles that they have, and they're doing what they can do. But I'm not sure, what they can do at this point, but wait. So whenever we hear more, we'll pass it along on this Wednesday morning and part of our Pure Michigan virtual tour. And we continue to support the great state of Michigan. We can't go anywhere right now. We're all in our homes, but there will be a time we can. And that's why we're going through some of the places that we are bringing to you the Great Lakes Bay region, which you go to gogreat.com, and Annie Rummel and her team have put together lots of good information for the Great Lakes Bay region for your visits when we can get out and visit. By the way, I showed this face mask that was sent to me, and people started contacting me saying they wanted to buy it. We're not selling them, so we don't have them. And Ann, you dug up the letter. I can't find it now, but it was online, or maybe I put it on. I know I didn't put it on my Instagram. Did I put it? I did put it on my Instagram.
I think you did, and I also put it on Twitter, so I can go back and find it.
So that's the name of the company that's trying to get people to, put their own company logo. They just did that on their own and sent it to us because of Jason Brown, who used to be an intern here. Now has his own PR company, Public City.
So it's called, the mask company is USA Mask Market.
Okay.
USA Mask Market.com,
I assume.
I would assume so.
And
yes.
And again, we're not selling them. And the DIA with their fine art face masks. Those are really very, very nice. Some are sold out, but some are available at the museum shop at dia.org. Who knows how long we're going to keep these masks around? I guess for the foreseeable future, as far as we can tell.
I think
Anyone
so
have
too.
anything else going on?
Well, today, the Great Lakes Bay region, where we're broadcasting from virtually, Midland is right smack dab in the middle of it.
Right.
We've had some wonderful times in downtown Midland on this tour, both at the H Hotel and at the various restaurants in downtown Midland. And that area was really coming along. Just beautiful.
Yeah, beautifully. And was it Dow Gardens or Meyer Gardens?
Yes.
One of the we were at all those different places and took our listeners along. What was that one place most recently in the woods? Just a beautiful park
Amazing.
with the bridges.
Yes.
And yeah, it was really very nice. You remember what that was called?
I'm going to find out for you.
Okay. Ann can find out everything. Dana, what's going on in your life?
Just hanging in here. Just all the days seem to pretty much be going together. But other than that, everybody's doing well, just going day by day.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's it.
Everybody is just going day by day.
Mhm.
We're all a little stir crazy, which is one of the reasons we wanted to get out and about to promote tourism, to promote Pure Michigan, to give these places a shot, and to give ourselves something to think about and look forward to when we finally get out of this kind of hell that we're all in that seems to go on forever.
And it's called the Whiting Forest of Dow Gardens.
That was it, the Whiting Forest. And we had somebody from the Whiting family on the show.
Yes, we did.
The family that had donated that bit of land. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing to visit when we can go out and visit. But you're right, Midland's in the middle of that. So here we go on our tour virtually. So we'll talk to some people from around there. We'll talk about the things they were planning on talking about, but we'll get updates from them, from people right on location, about the flooding that's underway in Midland. It's now 5:56 on WJR.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
All righty, let's check it. Our WJR traffic and weather first at 5:57. Here's Dana Clark.
No accidents out there to contend with on this hump day. Just watching those closures along Hines Drive, eastbound and westbound between Haggerty and Wilcox, shut down there. Also closed between Stark and Newburgh, and shut down between West Outer Drive and Ann Arbor Trail. It's flooded. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Here's the good news. We are finally dry. No rain over the next several days. Partly cloudy, some sunshine later this afternoon, a high of 63. Overnight low down to 51 for Thursday. Same story, partly cloudy, up to 66. By Friday, we see some clouds and sun and a high of 74. Clear skies, 51 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in about 3 minutes.
Michigan
We're calling on you to save lives. Don't ignore it. Don't let it go to voicemail. It's urgent.
That wasn't
In
Dick
fact,
coughing. It
it's
wasn't
critical.
me coughing. Whose mic would be open?
Because if you've been in
Not on
close contact
camera.
with
Who
someone who
was
tests
coughing?
positive for COVID-19,
It's a
you
good
may have been
question, 'cause I
Curtis,
exposed to
can
the
hear you
virus.
can hear us.
And you could get a call from
And,
My COVID Help or your local health
Is Brian
department.
able to talk to us
So
like he was
please answer the call
yesterday?
to learn how to protect yourself,
Brian,
your
are you
family,
able to
and
talk to
friends.
us?
We're calling on you to stop the spread of COVID-19, to make it safe to reopen businesses and help Michigan
text
move
him.
forward.
Yeah, I can hear it again.
So
There's
if you get a
somebody
call
coughing.
It's not Dick.
from My COVID
It's a man
Help or
coughing.
your local health
Who is-
department,
let's hear
you
it.
may
I'll
have been
put it in the
exposed to
chat.
someone with
I can
COVID-19.
hear a man
To
coughing.
protect us all, answer the call.
Who is coughing? Okay.
What do you get at Lawrence Technological University? Everything. Great labs and studios, supportive professors, plus a full campus life, NAIA athletics, and all the software you need to succeed. Be smart. Be more. At LTU, possible is everything.
Serving Michigan students is a Lawrence Tech specialty. You can live on campus or at home and earn one of America's most coveted college degrees. Explore some 100 programs for cutting-edge skills and careers. Reserve your spot at ltu.edu.
Beaumont doctors and caregivers continue
Paul,
to lead the way through the COVID-19 crisis, and
Some
we are
of our
dedicated to
listeners,
keeping you
Carolyn
safe
is
in our
saying
care.
that
We're taking
Tawas
extra
City
steps
is
to protect the
flooded
health and
too.
safety of all our patients and caregivers,
Tawas
so you can
City?
feel confident coming to Beaumont. Come to us in an emergency.
Yeah,
Talk
Tawas
to your
City
doctor
flooded.
and scheduling necessary screenings and procedures. Our expert Beaumont doctors and caregivers are here to help you. See how we're keeping you safe at beaumont.org/safe.
WJR Detroit and WDVD HD2 Detroit. 760 WJR, where Detroit comes to talk.
Much of Michigan is underwater. Mid-Michigan especially hit hard. Massive rains and the breach of 2 dams have forced the evacuation
I
of
was hearing an
thousands from their
echo, weren't
homes
you?
in the Midland area, also some in Saginaw.
It was grab the kids and go.
Shelters are set up in schools,
morning,
many in
Peggy.
Midland and the surrounding area, into Saginaw County, and as far away as Tawas found their homes inundated, and many are living
That's
in
right,
shelters
Todd.
or with relatives.
York, yes.
Downtown Midland could be under several feet
Yes,
of water.
I'm from
Governor
the Big
Whitmer
Apple,
declared a
Todd.
state of emergency for Midland County after 2
I will
dams in
always
Sanford
represent
and
New York.
Eatonville were breached.
I've been in touch with many local leaders in Midland, and we will stay in close
I
contact
have plenty of Detroit
as
hats
the
too, which you will
situation
also see.
progresses. I want to say again, if you are in one of these impacted areas, please, right now, evacuate.
Parts of the city of Midland, village
Hopefully
of
we don't
Sanford,
have a
Eatonville
hacker.
Township, Dow Chemical, all evacuated.
Yeah, it's kinda
There are no
weird.
deaths or injuries.
It's not- I don't
Gladwin
hear it now.
also
No
has a
coughing
flood
now.
emergency going.
Right.
Teams are trying
She
to
was
screen
talking about
individuals
another
being
hacker. Don't
sheltered
give me any
for
ideas,
coronavirus. They say there is enough masks for everyone that have gone into the shelters. The Michigan National Guard has been activated and is on site
Happy
with high
hump
water
day,
vehicles.
Cindy.
The state capitol could be crowded today with people getting haircuts. The Michigan Conservative Coalition is providing trained volunteers to
Yeah,
get
if you need
free
a haircut, you
haircuts
can go
on
to
the
the state
lawn of the
capitol
Capitol.
today.
This group has been protesting the stay-at-home executive orders. A judge has ruled that those executives' orders are constitutional. That lawsuit was filed by
When we are
Michigan
able to go to the
has
salon,
organized
get our
some
hair
protests.
done or nails
Other
done,
lawsuits
how
are
long will
pending.
we have to
The
wait?
state reports
Because there
102
will
deaths
be a backup.
and 435 new
Forever.
cases of
It'll be
coronavirus.
slammed
President
with people
Trump
trying
defends
to
himself
get
on
in,
use of
probably.
the malaria drug against the virus.
But oh well.
The president also says the
There are
drug is
worse
used
problems.
by thousands of frontline workers.
It's been out for close to 70 years for a couple of different things, right? Lupus and malaria and even arthritis, they say. But I think it's worth it as a line of defense, and I'll stay on it for a little while longer. I'm just very curious myself, but it seems to be very safe.
Home sales in the Detroit area were way down last month as expected. The April home sales down 47%. The Secretary of State of Michigan, Jocelyn Benson, says Michigan's 7.7 million registered voters
We're going to send all of us
absentee ballot applications
We don't even
for
have to
the
apply
future
for it.
elections this year. The judges on the Macomb
I actually
County
have on my
Circuit Court
desk the
will hold a video
application. Now I don't have to
conference
do it, I
today.
guess.
They may choose a new
Plus, I want to do
prosecutor,
it all the time like
Eric
that.
Smith, who's charged with
You
various
know what we're
financial
going to have
crimes.
to talk about pretty
Lawsuit
soon?
over
The golf
talcum
outing.
powder for Johnson & Johnson to
You're-
stop selling baby powder.
I hope our
A
sponsors
federal
will
judge
come
in
back,
Virginia
and I hope
has
we
ruled
get
that
to
a
do it.
salvage firm
Well, you know what we
can
should
send
do
its
is
equipment down
do it
to the
virtually.
Titanic and retrieve the Marconi
Our,
wireless telegraph machine that sent out
sponsors
the
for
SOS
Loyola,
calls as
and
the
in large
Titanic
part
was
due to
sinking.
you and that
The
interview
World
we
Market
did.
Update is sponsored
We
by
did it
Mother
all
Waddles.
virtually.
Get your car
It
to
was
Mother Waddles
extremely
and help the
successful.
poorest of the
It's
poor.
huge.
Call 313 Waddles.
You
Asian
did
markets are
your
London looks
Loyola
good.
golf
and the
outing?
Dow futures are
We
up
did the
350.
no, it was that Tiger outing.
I'm Dick
It was
Hafner.
the Tigers
Coming up,
event. It was
Paul
at the
W.
DAC. It was supposed to be at the
Equipment
DAC and then go to a Tigers game.
Service and auto repair shops in Southeast
Instead,
Michigan,
it was all
including
virtual.
lifts, alignment, tire changers, balancers, brake lathes, compressors, and much more. Call 586-566-8870 or visit equipmentdistributors.biz.
Michigan Economic Development Corporation is committed to helping businesses in our state during the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond. If you own a business, MEDC has dedicated programs and resources available to you now. These include small business support, access to capital, entrepreneur resources, and buyer and supplier matchmaking. Find support today
I think it's better closed a little.
michiganbusiness.org/pure-partnership. That's michiganbusiness.org/pure-partnership.
The guy that raised all
This
that
is a
money.
commercial announcement. Picture this scenario. A shortage of fuel has closed your electric utility, or any possible disaster has just devastated your town. You're out of power, no lights, and no news. That's why federal and state agencies urge every home to have an emergency radio. Now you can get a free Dynamo World Band emergency radio. This powerful radio lets you stay informed during any type of emergency. It doesn't even need batteries and comes with a
Hello,
hand
Maria.
and super bright LED flashlight. The Dynamo emergency radio includes the NOAA weather band,
Morning,
a
Cindy.
long-range AM receiver, a high-sensitivity FM
Go
band,
blue.
and even a USB jack to charge cell phones or other
Okay,
devices.
Patty.
The Dynamo emergency weather band radio retails for almost $30. But Newsmax wants to make sure you get this radio. So check out the free offer for the emergency radio by going to gettheradio.com. That's gettheradio.com or call 800-NEWSMAX. This radio could save your life. This is a limited offer and may end soon.
No,
so
Clay.
order today.
We'll find out.
For work, visiting family out of state? Hey, look, the next time you ride to DTW, use a company that is putting your safety first. Metro Cars puts health and safety as their number one priority. Sanitizing.
Pretty good idea, Patty. I've been dying to go to
Required to
Costco
wear
for a long
masks,
time.
and prepay is available, so you don't need to deal with payment in
Get
the
your vote
vehicle.
on at Costco.
Rideshare.
I've had
You
Death
can
Wish
hire a
coffee.
clean, safe
You have?
Metro car.
Yeah.
Call 800-456-1701
not.
or visit metrocars.com.
Radar gave it to me at the station at one time.
This is Paul W. Smith's 2020 virtual Pure Michigan Tour, presented by Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org. WJR's transportation sponsor is Dean Trailways of Michigan, online at deantrailways.com. Paul's Pure Michigan Tour broadcasts are also sponsored by Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry, family-owned and operated for over 70 years, and by Northwoods Wholesale Outlet in Pinconning. Today, we'll virtually explore the Great Lakes Bay region. This morning's broadcast is sponsored by Go Great Lakes Bay. For more information, visit gogreat.com. Now, here's Paul W. Smith.
Timing. Here we are, and we are keeping an eye on the Great Lakes Bay region because of all the trouble in Midland and surrounding areas with flooding that you just heard Dick Hafner talking about in our WJR News on this Wednesday, May 20th, the 141st day of 2020, with 225 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift, and we're not even having to veer off our virtual tour because we're going to be smack dab in the middle virtually of all of the trouble, the flooding, and the people who are hurting. State of emergency underway. The governor yesterday and late last night, 9-10 o'clock again, telling people to get out. And we're assuming that most people did get out. We've listed the schools that they're going to for sheltering, but as we talked earlier, and you said, my goodness, now they worry about flooding. They got to get outside, and they've been sheltering in place, following all the rules. Now they have to worry about COVID-19. They go into these schools to shelter. I don't know how they can keep people 6 feet away from each other. And now there's a story out there saying, and I heard this before, but now they're saying it again, 6 feet may not be enough.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if you cough, if you sneeze, even when you talk, don't you hate it? I mean, nothing like this has happened for a long time because we've not been out at all. But when you're talking to someone and they're like in your space, and they're talking, and all of a sudden you feel something wet, and you go, oh my God. They just kind of spit on me while they were talking, and you don't want to freak out like the music would indicate, but it's now it could be a killer, you know. And I think I got to get rid of this because this just
that's going to keep germs in there.
There's actually the other morning I felt something, and it was a bird had built a nest. And I can't keep doing that.
What's wrong with you?
You could keep snacks in there.
Yeah, well, I've done that.
Little snacks, little
snack.
Wheat thins.
Remember the Captain Tom Moore we talked about in Great Britain? He was how old is he? He's 100 years old, and he wanted to raise $1,000. I don't know what it is in pounds or whatever, but he wanted to raise $1,000 to help in the fight with the coronavirus. Do you realize he raised $40 million?
Wonderful.
He shot for 1,000 and went and overproduced. The Royal Air Force did a flyby for his birthday. He's 100, and now he is going to be knighted. How great is that?
That's a lot of potatoes.
A lot happening. He's just getting started at 100.
That's great.
Great story.
That's good news. Good news.
Great.
You know, we've been trying this out. This is all brand new to us, and we thank all of our Facebook listeners and viewers that can see us like this. Eventually, I have a feeling we'll do the whole show like this. We've got kinks to work out and things like that, but I salute our Curtis Paul, the guy who's making this happen, shows up every morning to help us. And then, of course, Keith, our engineer, or Ray. They're not here first thing in the morning, but they get things set up during the day, and we appreciate it. We're at WJR.com is probably a good place to find us. It's the first thing in the morning, 5:30 till 6:15. And then at 6:15, we switch over to Just All Radio. So I hope you remember to turn us on in the house or if you're in the car. But yeah, especially in the house. And we continue doing the program. You just won't be able to see us, at least as of right now. Anything else? Obviously, we're going to keep getting updates as much as we can from the Midland area. Ronna McDaniel is going to be here, the Republican National Committee chairwoman, talking about the president coming into town, but also some things that they've been working on, and also the situation where the $3 trillion package that the Democrats have put together to take our money. Do you know that in that, I mentioned to you that there's money to study cannabis. Cannabis is mentioned more than jobs or hiring. There's money in that $3 trillion to study diversity in the cannabis business. Please. $10 million for the National Endowment of the Arts. You know how much they're working hard to find a cure for COVID-19. Oh, no, they're not, are they? A push for renewable energy provisions. $77 billion tax cut for Americans earning more than $1 million by repealing the $10,000 cap on the state and local tax deduction. My point is this, as we've pointed out a million times, and Dick, you and I have talked about it privately as well, you can't give Washington any amount of money without them finding ways to divert money away from what the money is supposed to be used for. And with $3 trillion, I can't even begin to tell you how much money that is for them to fool around with and misspend. I think I saw one story yesterday. $1 trillion is enough money to buy everybody in San Francisco a new home, a new apartment or new home.
At
$1
San Francisco
trillion.
prices.
Yeah, at San Francisco prices. That's with $1 trillion. This is $3 trillion. We can't allow this.
There's lots of nooks and crannies for hands to hide to grab this money. This is Christmas in May.
It really is, and it is our money.
Political Christmas tree.
And they can't be trusted. We have to find out who's behind it besides Nancy Pelosi. And remember that, for those who can, when it comes time to vote, which you'll be able to do from home.
That's a good thing.
That's going to be a good thing without having to fill out any additional paperwork. All right, we're going to switch over to just radio. We'll get all these bugs out so we can stay. But it's always nice seeing you. We all
Have
appreciate
a great day, everyone.
being with you. And stay with us on the radio. Don't leave. Stay with us here at 614.
This report is sponsored by Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars.
Sweet and salty bars from Nature